Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the rating match tier list changes for Jan of 2023. So the rating match tier list, for those who don't know, basically units get a little bit of a boost depending on what tier they're in, and this is to try and accommodate players using all the same characters. So basically it's a way to try and give a boost to some older characters. Personally speaking, I think they need to make it a bit more. I think they need to be a lot more favorable to some of the older units. But yeah, generally speaking, there is obviously the system in place. And so it's good to understand the changes just in case there might be some more interesting team builds that you can maybe kind of rock. That could give you some interesting compositions or maybe give you a little bit of variety going into the next season or two. So I think the most notable one is a lot of regen units in tier Z. Now I'm not saying there are a lot of great regen units, but a lot of them were very, very strong back in the day. Regen was a very, very powerful team, and you can see that there's quite a few options sitting under the tier Z, which is pretty good. If you're interested in trying to bring a bit of a comeback with regen. There's also quite a few decent options in tier A. We've got the Piccolo, who's Zenkai we just got. We've also got Goku, Kakarot Goku. The reason why I pinpoint him out is he actually has a health-based leader skill, so you could actually stick him as a leader on quite a few teams. He's also got quite a wide variety of tags, which is pretty damn good. So yeah, in general, there's some pretty interesting options. Yeah, I want to say there are some pretty damn good options, and players should be interested in taking a look at these changes and obviously trying to make use of them as much as possible. It's not so much about whether you need to build a whole team of units from like the Z list or the S tier list or anything like that. It's more so the fact that you can use one or two of these units in one of your current teams or to flesh out one of your teams. For example, maybe there's a pretty decent Goku in tier S or A that you can swap in for one of your bench options just for this season. Just give them a try to give you some different options to see how things go. It's that kind of system that, generally speaking, is what players try to pick out on, more so than anything else. Now, for the most part, I think regen looks like the most interesting. I think they've kept regen in the higher tiers for quite a while, but regen could be very interesting. We could possibly get some androids based buffs pretty soon based on some of the Twitter hints for what's coming next. So it's going to be interesting to see how we can kind of build around these things. Maybe an androids regen team could be something that's back in vogue, at least from my perspective. Obviously the units in the C tier, these units don't get any kinds of buffs, so generally speaking, not that you don't want to use them, because this is actually where they stick a lot of the strongest units that basically aren't summonable currently. You'll see a ton of Legends Limited characters here that are super duper strong. You'll see a ton of Legends Limited characters that are very reliable in C tier. And so these units are always kind of kept here until they start to kind of drop off the meta. Legends Limited Cell is here, Legends Limited SS2 Gohan, Bardock, Vegeta. I mean, there's tons here. So yeah, generally speaking, this is where they stick like all the current favorite units, basically, to cut a long story short. But yeah, just thought I'd point out some of the changes and ring out some of the more interesting ones. Gonna try and do this a little bit more often, just to bring it to light to players, and yeah, to take a look at it. But cheers, and I'll see you next time. Bye.